Hello and welcome to DriftTV. I'm your host Jesse McDonald and it's an absolute pleasure to have your company. I'll be with you over the course of the show. During the show we have drifting highlights from Queensland Raceway, Stanthorpe, Archerfield, some Drift All-Stars from the Europe and some short clips from Gympie Off-Road Short Course and Power Cruise Night. In Tech Talk, Kris Frome talks hints and tips about improving your car and your driving. In Driver DNA, we meet with international FD driver Forrset Wang, world time attack winner Michael Rosenbalt, world-class drifters Luke Fink, Josh Boettcher, Kris Frome, ADGP winner Rob White, our Hollywood Mad Max driver and drifter Eugene Artisan, Speedway champion Shane Heathcote, and we can't forget our special guest Red Bull V8 supercar driver Shane Van Gisbergen. So there's plenty of action to keep you entertained and strapped down. It's that time of the show where we must crack on with it. I'm Jesse McDonald and you're watching DriftTV.
300 at Bathurst, yeah, we do in the V8, so yeah, pretty quick.
You enjoy Bathurst?
Yeah, but it's just like any other race. It's a tough one, but at the end of the day for our championship, every weekend is worth 300 points, so yeah, I treat it like every other race.
Do any other, I know you treat it as every other race, but do certain races have more significance than others?
Not to me, because as I said, they're all worth 300 points. So yeah, you just focus on the championship.
We're pretty limited here in Australia with our tracks. I guess when we're allowed to do full track here at Queensland Raceway, our road entry speed for turn 1 is probably only about maybe 140, 150. Eastern Creek, when they were using 11 and 12, we used to come in around that sort of same speed, around that 140, 150. So unfortunately we don't have a track like Pukekohe where we can do 200 or 200 plus. But I'd love to. So probably about 150 is about as fast as you can go here in Australia.
What are some of the fastest speeds I've drifted at? I'd like to know, definitely there's been a few things where I'd definitely like to have the gun out, but I've definitely done quite a few, you know, over 200 km/h entries. It's hard. A majority of my cars and the cars that I drive generally don't have a speedometer. So I actually have no idea how fast I'm going most of the time. Essentially in my head, if a run-up is 100 meters long and I have a 600 horsepower car or a 1000 horsepower car, like my foot's gonna be flat the whole time no matter what. So if the run-up's 400 meters long and my 1000 horsepower car, then you know, we might hit the magic 300. So it's just a case of, you know, being able to do it, I guess. I know Queensland Raceway recently with my own S14, which is a 400 horsepower car, weighs about 1100 kilos. And I definitely pulled out of the last corner onto the straight, absolutely full throttle third gear, into the very top of fourth gear, just on fourth limiter, which I know is up around or over the 200 km/h mark. I was throwing entries at 90 degrees backwards in heading, jumping across the island into pit lane, being a bit reckless at a demo. It was really good fun, I guess.
The fastest I did, I just made it to, which was just over 200 km/h into a corner. It depends on the track though, every track's different. And that was just in a muck around practice session. So generally the average speed into that corner was about, you know, 150, 160. So we're just like, let's give it a go and see if I can make it. And it worked once or twice. But that's about as far, that's just, at that level for the tracks that we have, that's as fast as we're going.
You're watching DriftTV. on Tech Talk today, guys, we're talking about safety in the vehicle, and this safety I'm talking about is the harnesses. As you get better in drifting, the lap sash belt that you have factory in your vehicle can only do so much. And as you go faster and harder, you want to make sure you're safe in the vehicle, and if there is any accidents, you're not going to move around in case you hit a wall or if someone hits you. Now, one thing I love to use in my car, I use a 6-point strap-on harness. Now, the main reason I like to use a 6-point harness over a normal 4-point is that if you are in an accident and you slide down, this stops the harness from riding up on your chest and actually doing damage to your rib cages and also your diaphragm and things like that. So it holds you in the car nice and tight, and it's comfortable, and you're going to be safe if you're ever in an accident.
You're watching DriftTV.
My fitness regime is probably very, as you can tell, not as strict as say a V8 supercar driver, that's for sure. Look, I take my kids, I put them in the bike. You know, I've got a trailer thing. I tow them around my mountain bike. I was doing it this morning even. I play a bit of tennis. I used to ride a lot of motorbikes and stuff like that, but as for a strict regime, unfortunately not, you know. Probably got more of a strict drinking regime than a fitness regime, as most of my friends would say.
Have I got any fitness regimes? Well, yeah, one of them would be obviously drinking alcohol. That's a brilliant fitness. At this present time, no, not really, but I should probably start. Maybe I'd be more energetic into this and maybe focused a lot more.
Fitness regime. There isn't a lot of fitness work from our end. The best thing for fitness for us, I think, is getting in the car and driving and getting your head around what these cars can do. And we build them and we spend time on making them a ridiculous car, and they are a lot of work to keep going, and you've got to try and be ready when it happens. And that's the thing, it's more about, in drifting, you probably don't have to be the fittest, it's more about having the headspace in the right spot every time you turn up, because you can't make mistakes. You can't make one single mistake, and I think mental fitness is nearly more important than physical fitness in drifting.
Welcome back. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing, and there's plenty more to come. I'm Jesse McDonald, and this is DriftTV.
Do I have a fitness regime? Not really. I do a lot of surfing and ride my motorbike when I can. But I don't get out and do your marathons or your boot camps or anything like that. It's not really my style.
Just race as much as I can, and yeah, that's the best way to keep fit. Our cars are pretty crazy. Races are 2 hours, probably 60 degrees in the car, so yeah, it sucks.
You're watching DriftTV.
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, good night, mate. How you going tonight out there drifting?
Oh, not too bad for a first time, I feel.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, starting to get the last corner and in dip on the entry.
Yep.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, well, once you start hitting turn 6, so you're laughing from there, I guess.
Yeah,
that's your big angle, big speed for that one. Yeah, not too often.
Hold it flat and keep going.
Now, it's not too often we see a super out here, so it's good to see actually.
Yeah, finally got her out.
And how's it drifting for you? Because a lot more weight and bigger and bulkier, isn't it?
To be honest, I was surprised. I thought it was going to be worse than it is. It drifts quite well.
No, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Well, yeah, enjoy the rest of your night, eh? How's your night out here at Queensland Raceway?
Pretty good. Doing all right, I guess. Car's going okay, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah. And what are you running in the S13 here tonight?
Just an SR20D, so it's only NA, but it goes all right.
Yeah. Always room for improvement then with an upgrade turbo?
Oh, I'm going to keep it NA for now, but eventually maybe put a J in it or something cool like that.
Yeah, 2J, definitely a good choice, nice and strong. Or we can just LS it like everyone else is these days.
Considering that too tonight.
Yeah. How's your night going?
Yeah, not too bad. How's yours?
Yeah, good, mate. The car's looking pretty good out there. I was watching a bit earlier. It looks pretty sick.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice and clean. What are you running in it tonight?
It's a built RB25.
Yep.
Roughly 515 horsepower at the wheels, 21 pound, pretty safe.
Yeah.
Tuned by Dean at Dare Motorsport. Does an awesome job.
No, excellent.
Super reliable. So.
And that's the hardest thing to find, you know. And once you find it, we stick to it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
How you going, man? How's your night going out there?
Yeah, good, bro.
Yeah. Killing a few tyres out there?
Yeah, that's it. Snapped my exhaust off first run, but she's right in it.
Just makes it sound louder, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
I can't believe the old 31s are popping up everywhere.
Yeah, not bad. Turbo, and they give me a little bit of power.
Yeah, no, I didn't think there was that many 31s left out there in this world, but they seem to be popping up in Queensland.
Yeah.
No, man, well, yeah, you have a good night. Go out and kill some more tyres.
Have a good one, eh?
No worries, you too, mate. How you going, guys? Looks like a bit of a hectic moment happening here.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We're just trying to work out an over-fueling issue, so I think it's some fuel pressure.
Yeah, yep. Other than that, all good out there tonight?
Oh yeah, it's good fun. Plenty of smoke, plenty of boost.
Burning heaps of tyres.
Oh, well, we brought enough too, man, so we'll burn as many as we
keep
can.
going as many as you can. If not, there's always next time.
That's it.
No.
You're watching DriftTV.
Fastest speed in this car is assumed, I guess, but we had demos at World Time Attack, and we did, I was in 4th gear at the highest revs possible, 8,500 RPM down the front straight, and that was, I believe, around about 200 or 210. So sideways, that's probably my fastest speed I've I've done about 250 in the forward direction, but sideways, and that was side to side down the straight and into that first corner, which is pretty wild. I have done sometimes nearly more wild than that. When I think about what we did, is me and good mate Rob White, when I had a 320 horsepower SR, my 180 when it was a bit more basic. We were at Queensland Raceway and we had the whole track to ourselves, and we did the fastest we possibly could out of the last corner and into the first corner. And it went we're doing about 190 in this thing into the first corner. It was pretty full on. I had no roll cage. It was pretty basic, but that was probably one of the wildest moments, is pushing that car beyond what it can really do.
The fastest speed I've gone drifting, front wheel speed, you know, probably about 180 k's, I suppose, would probably be the biggest speed we kind of do at some tracks. So rear wheel speed, you know, is unknown. I don't really have a speedo on the car, but you know, so probably top of 5th gear entry kind of stuff. So it's definitely moving. Yep, rear wheel speed would definitely be up on that. So
we've probably done upwards of 125 miles per hour in some, not really in FD tracks, but just like back at home in Hawaii where I'm from, we had a speedway where they had a long return road from a drag strip, and we would just be baking 4th gear, like super high entry speed, like on a couple of the turns. And it's almost like back then we were almost like just out of control, but it was on an open road course with a field in front of you, to where like even if you flew off the track, it wasn't going to do anything. So I remember definitely some butt pucker moments when I was like skipping across the road, almost flying into the grass, like going that fast, because things happen really quickly when you're going at those speeds. Formula drift wise, in competition, I think the highest entry speed was about 100 miles an hour at a Formula drift event. Back in 2014, Texas Motor Speedway, they had a really fast entry. They clocked Daigo at 117 miles an hour on that track. I was lucky to break 100, 105, but Daigo had 1,200 horsepower with the stickiest tire out there, and he was clocked at 117 on his fastest run.
Never
You're watching DriftTV.
Welcome back, and it's that time of the show again where we say goodbye. And remember to visit www.drifttv.com.au. Have a look around our site where we have highlights of drifting, and as well visit our shop where we have t-shirts and some caps you can get and style out. Well, that's all we have for you tonight. It was a pleasure having your company. I'm Jesse McDonald, and this is DriftTV.
Yeah, I might need a push.